But yeah. Now, I don't know if we're going to go to Old Tales immediately, because I still haven't done the side story as well, but I feel like Old Tales first before Depression.
I saw it. A sea of red eyes, enough to blot out the sky.
Wait, is that who she was when she was human?
A collapsing city. People dying. Memories fading. I saw it all on that day. People refusing to save each other. Pushing others out of the way and leaving them to die. The death of dignity. I saw it. The light in their eyes being snuffed out. Mouths silenced forever. Hope fading away. Despair blooming. I lost my memories, and dignity was a stranger to me. In the midst of this fading hope, despair gnawed at my heels. On that day, I also saw a previously unassailable enemy fall. It was the hope that I so eagerly desired, but could not touch.
Are you okay?
You don't have any injuries. Can you stand? What is that in your hand? Some kind of steel pipe?
Were you planning on going up against the Raptures with that?
Wow, you've got guts.
You've done well. We'll take over from here.
Anderson?
Lilywise,
Yes, Commander.
you've got 10 minutes.
I'll only need 8.
Then I'll give you an extra 2 for some showmanship.
Ooh, how exciting. I know what I'll do with my 2 minutes. I'm gonna do a dance.
Did they mention a little girl before in Red Ash? It's been a while. I don't remember. I remember there being a little girl we saw, but it wasn't what we see here, like Cinderella. It was like a different one, but that was when Red Hood met him later. Whereas this looks like it's very like early on with like the actual Goddess Squad being still together.
Showmanship. What should I do?
I've been practicing tap dancing recently.
They don't even have Black Shadow with them right now, Scarlet.
Showmanship. Showmanship.
Exactly. Scarlet isn't with them right now.
Sing a song with me, Dorothy?
I don't think that'll be necessary.
I said showmanship, not idle chit-chat.
Heading into battle, they faced off against the Raptures, the scourge of mankind.
Hey, wait! No cheap shots while I'm reloading. That's cheating.
Red Hood, your magazine is loaded backwards.
So, what's the big deal? Then it'll just eject backwards.
Showmanship. Showmanship. There's no way 2 minutes is enough to show my...
Did they change Small White's voice actress? Sounds different to what I remember. But I see the Red Hood voice actress is still consistently not performing. But that's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. Just a side character, right?
Get down! Crawling doesn't suit me. I'd rather jump out of the way.
That works too. Snow White, nothing's coming out of the staff.
That's because you're holding it upside down.
Oh, whoops. Is this how I'm supposed to hold it?
Hey! Don't point it at me!
Oh, sorry.
That doesn't mean pointing it at me instead.
Everyone, we need to get serious about this.
That was a disaster. However, even though they were far from a well-oiled machine, and despite their
It could be
failure,
that. It could be that.
they defeated all the Raptures. The gunshots and explosions stopped, as did the screams. The city became quiet. Who are you people?
Us?
What are you waiting for? Hurry up and say it.
Are we really doing that?
Of course. You know how important PR is.
We are the Goddess of Victory, humanity's saviors. We're the Goddess Squad.
Who did Lily Wise's voice again? Because I remember they did it in the voice actor interviews.
You fell for that.
Was it Cinderella again?
Come here. No, I promise I won't do anything to you.
They all sat down, their exhaustion palpable and visible.
Hello there, Gallop. No, it was Rapunzel. What is the one who does Rapunzel's voice or does Lily Wise's voice, isn't it? If I remember. But she's very British. Yeah, because I just remember during the anniversary when they're doing the voice actor interviews, and it was like, I just remember them like suddenly becoming British, love.
Their bodies were caked in dust and debris. And yet, I thought they were the most beautiful thing in the entire world.
The anniversary gave me call one crow.
Did I fall asleep?
Yeah, you're out like a light.
I was dreaming about the time when I first met the Goddess Squad.
Is there ever a day when you don't dream about that?
Oh, it was Core 2, that's right. It was Core 2 Crow. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't want to remember that. I'll admit, I'm not against it. Not against it. Not the voice I expected for Abe. But you know what? It fits. It's fine. Considering that she most likely becomes Grave, it kind of makes sense. I also think it's interesting that the voice actress they got for Grave is technically someone who isn't, I don't think, a native English speaker. It could be a bit. I don't know. I have not heard them say it yet. Because I think she said she was like from Singapore.
I told you to wait until the test results came out. And here you are.
And that works so well for Grave.
And the results?
As always, you're all clear. Why do you care? It's not like we've ever been placed in actual combat before anyway. All we do is waste time and money.
When can we go out?
Beats me. All right, get going. The others have to be tested as well.
Okay.
Cinderella stands and heads out to the waiting room.
Results go. Gretel and I are curious.
Good to go. I can head out anytime.
They have British accents? Damn! I was not expecting that either. It would be interesting on the theory side if Red Shoes does have the same voice actress as Nihilster. I mean, looking at those boots, and then you look at the legs of Nihilster as well, I mean, you know, the theory holds. I kind of hope it's true, but who knows?
So, you're being deployed?
No, not yet.
There are that is actually
Oh, I see.
that's actually not a bad call there, honestly, Gallivere. I have noticed a lot more British studios voice acting games, and I never clocked that maybe that's due to thingy. But I mean, Red Shoes looks pretty nice, but I don't know. Yeah, Red Shoes looks good, but also almost like a little bit like Elysian in 14, where they have very long legs, which look out of proportion to the rest of their body, but that could just be the way their shoes are. But she looks good. She's good.
I guess I got excited for nothing.
Very near as well.
I'm disappointed, but Gretel is relieved. What's wrong, Siren?
Oh, they're calling her Siren
I
instead of
get
Little
it.
Mermaid.
You're bored. Hang tight. Good news is coming our way
Oh,
soon.
yeah, they probably are.
We think you're lying.
It would make sense with Siren / Mermaid if she does, because, like, the whole Lorelei and stuff like that as well, maybe. Or she doesn't talk a lot. But I wouldn't be surprised if our theories before hold true, that maybe she is, like, she can control things maybe with her voice, like a Siren / Mermaid can do, which is, you know, where the basis of, like, sin and whatnot came from. She is the original. Fantastic. So
What are you doing out there? Next one, get in here.
she's like the guy in Jujutsu Kaisen who can talk, but he just says random words because his words have power.
We don't see why there's such a rush. Oh. Ah. Be that
that as it may, this is important stuff. So we have to do it.
She's so
For the
shiny.
love of
I love it. I love her
time is
design.
money, you know. So quit standing around and wasting it. Get in here.
We're coming.
Hans and Gretel head inside the room.
How long are we going to have to wait?
It makes her stand out.
It's not like I'm champing at the bit to tussle with raptures, but all this endless waiting. It's exhausting.
We just have to wait a little longer. The time will come soon when we can prove ourselves.
What the? Why are you two coming in together?
Now, I know the fears have been out there as well. I don't always like keep pausing. I probably shouldn't as much at the moment. But looking at Little Mermaid / Siren, and the fear that she might be... I forget what the name is now, but you know the other heretic that we've seen, the jellyfish one? Doesn't she also kind of, like, rest on a bubble or something like that too? I swear that's like a very similar thing that... It might have just been a fan art I've seen. Maybe, but I swear I've seen something similar to that. Yeah, Liberale. That as well too with the because obviously they're based off the Grim Tales, so yeah.
These tests need to be run individually.
Gretel and I are a single entity.
Get out.
Does Hansel never talk? Oh no, did he?
Or Gretel.
Do they have the same voice?
Either one.
Guess which is which. If you can guess which of us is Hansel and which is Gretel, one of us will go.
Gretel is the one on the left.
Wrong. Gretel is quite disappointed. Of course, so am I, given that we're of one body and mind.
But the one has bigger titties. So is it supposed to be two Nikkes
Can
as
we
one?
really be sent out on an
That'd be
actual
interesting if we get that as a
battlefield?
unit.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because this is like a... Because from my understanding with lore-wise as well, is... Obviously, like, the very early Nikkes, which is why Lily was like, she was the prototype, she's incredibly powerful, is that they were just incredibly broken and very, very, very powerful, and they actually sort of lowered the power of the Nikkes they made in future, because they were afraid, because they got corrupted, they didn't want...
It is not becoming.
You know, to
rush.
basically make
I will go slowly.
humanity's worst enemies themselves. Oh, wow. This place is very pretty. Holy shit. Now, where are all the things? A Blanca Noir situation.
It is not
Maybe. Well,
becoming
Blanca Noir
too
are
rush.
twins, but they're not,
I will
like,
go slowly.
literally that in sync with one another. Apart from they somehow, Mustang, the absolute freaking Giga Chad, has been able to manufacture
It
luck.
is not becoming
How?
too
We
rush.
don't know, but he's been able
I
to do
will
it.
Go slowly. It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
That's the carrier, if I recall. Man, they really did near
It
this
is
up.
not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, as they say, we're apparently still in the prologue, so,
It is not
you know.
becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Oh, you mean in the actual gameplay sense, right? I get you now,
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Yeah, Mustang is a literal goddamn wizard.
It is not becoming to rush. I will
Why
go
would the
slowly.
auto go there? Oh, you can use the mirrors to
It is
diverse.
not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Visual metaphoring? I played that
It
yesterday.
is not becoming to rush.
It's the NIKKE anniversary
I will
today.
go slowly. It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Yeah, you got me another one around
It is
here.
not
I need to get
becoming
all
to
these.
rush. I will go slowly.
There it is. Yeah.
It is not becoming to rush.
Hello. What's
I
this?
will go slowly.
I'll take that relic. To me, what seemed to us as a pitiable sight, awkward stumbling and out of breath, was the most beautiful thing in the world. Nice. Wait, is that locked or is that going to open? Oh, that's locked. Why would you put one behind there that's locked, you assholes?
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Mean.
It is not becoming to rush.
Now where's the challenge?
I will go slowly. It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Can she say something else, please?
Are we gonna go play a game?
Oh,
Sounds fun. Leave it to me.
that's all I asked for. Please say something else other than that. But yeah, my Viper's become really good. I know a version of Train. Nice. Wait, this is? Really? Well, you know what? We need more versions of Trains. We always do. Trains are cool. I think... No, this is the one which is usually in co-op.
Let's have a party! I'll devour all of you.
I've come to like Viper's voice act, new voice more as well. It's dead. Awesome. Thank you.
The party isn't over yet, is it? Let's go back and enjoy ourselves.
I think it might be Mark 6. Yeah, it definitely wasn't that, because I remember it being blue rather than red, so yeah. It was very obvious to notice.
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Right. Continuing on with the story. But I like the fact that this, I think this is basically the world she was in when we saw her in the minigame, if I recall. Now, people said that these start cracking as you go through the episodes as well, which is like, okay. Oh, no, these already are cracked or something. But either way, it looks really freaking cool. Scarlet Black Shadow. I like that Isabel is also in there. No reason whatsoever. Apart from the fact is, look, she has a skin. Okay? She has a skin. Why is Signal boosted? Why is Signal and Pepper? But okay. Whatever, I'll just put all the ones who are boosted in, because I get why not.
Step on it.
I don't even, I never use Signal.
I will go with you.
If my I consider it a blessing to fight alongside you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, Isabel to me seems like the strangest one out of them all.
Is that
When it comes to the new pilgrims. I mean, obviously she very much is in love with us, but yeah. Yeah, true. I'm not even going to be able to tell how good Anachira is because she's just going to eviscerate the freaking floor with everything. Well, she's also a lightning unit too. I mean, yeah, Pepper, I'm still like, what the fucking about as well. Like, Signal, I can kind of, to a degree, maybe.
I'll protect you, darling.
But I don't know, man.
If my blessings
She likes dramas, okay? That's the only reason I can think of her being here. That's the only reason.
Is that it?
And so she's literally watching a TV show, Signal, so
Test
yeah.
results are all normal.
I think that is the same voice actress that does Grey, but like not doing it as quite broken. And it would check out if it is and make sense.
You're good to go.
I have a question.
What is it?
Are we going to be deployed in actual combat?
Most likely. They've sunk a small fortune into all of you, and they're not liable to let
I know, but I might as well put them all on for shits and giggles.
I don't know. Wait.
At this rate, the war will be over by the time we're given the go-ahead. Of course, when I say that, I mean that we'll lose.
Why does Hansel sound more haughty and posh than Dorothy and freaking Cinderella combined? I love it!
Gretel and I think that we should be deployed as soon as possible.
I agree.
As do I. We know that our joining won't guarantee our victory. Especially considering how those raptures are seemingly infinite.
Yeah, they probably have a bit of an attitude problem, don't they? On the screens of the word rapture count, noted as the infinity symbol.
Nothing in this world is infinite. The only reason that symbol is there is because the raptures are being created at a rate faster than they're being killed.
How do we know that for certain?
If I explained it to you, would you even understand? Do you really want me to get into the nitty-gritty of the algorithms?
Please, go right ahead.
I recognize the Hanzo one from somewhere. I swear I've heard it, like maybe in reverse.
It's not like I'll be listening anyway.
You're making me upset again.
Don't mind her. Anyway, it's a bit embarrassing for me to be the one saying this, but our specs exceed that of the original Grimm's prototypes. We're next generation models, second generation Grimm's models to be exact. The sooner we're deployed, the greater our chances of...
How many times do I have to tell you? We haven't received any orders.
Because they never got any deployment orders, if I recall.
If we head out without prior authorization, we'll be considered deserters and scrapped.
Well, they did, but by the time they did, it was too late, and Cinderella had become the first heretic.
Who would be scrapping us?
What?
If anyone is thinking of scrapping me or Gretel, I'd like to see them try.
So, you're not only a moron, but arrogant as well. You think they haven't prepared for you to put up a fight?
No, I don't think they would have.
Did Nymph already exist at this point? Or did they create it after this?
Ave, tell us the truth.
Abe, like Abe Odyssey, there we go.
I presume it has to do with vested interests?
Yep. It's not like I haven't contacted the higher-ups.
It's like, what's the symbol on her jacket as well? That's not the logo of any of the organizations. Nymph, you know, the stuff that basically keeps them in, like, not incapacitated, but, you know, so they can't turn against humanity, like, easily.
I'm constantly pestering them, asking when we'll be deployed. Every time I get the same answer. They haven't reached a decision yet.
Ah, okay.
What hasn't been decided? We either go out or we don't. What's so complicated about that?
If it were that easy, we wouldn't be waiting for as long as we have. You all are the culmination of the finest technology the United Forces of Humanity and VTC has to offer.
VTC, have we ever had VTC mentioned before? I wonder if one of those is behind Crown.
Your power is supposed to surpass that of the Goddess Squad themselves.
Because Crown is still the unknown factor at the moment, like who created Crown. And they made Crown to basically safeguard humanity's, like, seeds.
We can't possibly surpass them. No way.
Again with that ridiculous fawning over the Goddess Squad. An astronomical amount of money has been invested in all of you. So the question of who gets to claim propriety over you all is a pressing question. Do you belong to the United Force of Humanity or VTC? There's a whole convoluted web of who contributed what technology, who footed the bill for what, etc.
Yeah, this is established, and this is also before the big corporations. Like, I mean, obviously we knew that anyway, but still, like, you know, Missilis, Mustang & Co., and Elysium.
We're not able to saddle up and ride out like a bunch of cowboys. It doesn't work like that.
Ugh, this is torture!
Do you think this is fun for me?
So, there's no telling when a decision will be made?
As I've told you 100 times before, no.
To squabble over personal interests when the fate of the world hangs in the balance? This is far from beautiful behavior.
Enough of the nonsense about beauty. I've submitted all your results, so now we wait.
I mean, I at least was under the impression from the Red Ash story that Cinderella was never activated, and then as soon as she was activated, the Rapture code or whatever they used on her immediately corrupted her.
Who knows? Maybe this time will finally be approved for deployment.
But maybe this is before that was injected into her. Because this feels like it's before they do that.
I doubt it. Oh.
So I love the theories that Mermaid might also be Indivilia just because of the hair.
Everyone? I actually have something important to say.
Oh, sorry, but it's time for the latest report. Looks like the Goddess Squad won yet again. Sorry, but I've got to go watch it.
She's such a fangirl. Cinderella scurries off.
Should we stay and listen to you, Red Shoes?
Like, I'd never heard of the Red Shoes story before. I was like, that's a bit weird to have an entire NIKKE named after Dorothy's Red Shoes from the Wizard of Oz.
To be honest, we doubt there'll be much of interest.
No. Unless we're all together, there's no point in me saying what I want to say. We can talk more later.
Okay. I just don't like the near music at the moment. It's gearing me up for sadness, isn't it? All right, so I got to see Cinder in action now. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. So how many of us actually also kept clicking the options of like they're not sexy enough? It's not sexy enough. Whenever there's that option, it's like not sexy enough. Not sexy enough. Hooray! Still not sexy enough. Okay, Viper outdid Cinderella at the moment, and Scarlet Black Shadow outdid Cinderella. But Cinderella has had, like, no investment into her. So considering that she did half the damage... and it's a very short one as well, so, yeah. You can't go off of that. Absolutely not. There is no massage content. We need more massage content. It needs to exist in the first place.
Beautiful. I didn't know such beauty was possible.
Are you staring at the mirror again?
I know, I was staring at Cinder. What? Oh, Sean told me.
No.
Like, goddamn.
Look at this.
Cinderella points to the screen, which shows the Goddess Squad fighting with Raptures.
Aren't they magnificent?
You're seriously obsessed. Stop watching that and get out here.
Wait, this is the best part. It's Scarlet, the newcomer, and Dorothy's coordinated attack.
So at this point, Scarlet had joined the team after she'd been turned into a NIKKE. Okay.
Even though they don't seem that close, their coordination during battle is exceptional. The seeming discrepancy between everyday life and the thick of battle, it's beautiful beyond words.
I have 30 pulls ready for Grave. I have got 2-star Cinderella. I am going to wait. I'm going to use my free ones and maybe events pulls as well, potentially, just to see if I can get MLB Cinder and then, like, save the rest for Grave. And then, of course, tickets are going to be used for Winter. And, of course, whatever the end of year NIKKE is going to be. Which likely will be Rappy.
If I were a member of the Goddess Squad, I'd think you were a creepy fanatic. Do you really want to be a goddess that much?
Hey, she wants to be a goddess, let her be a goddess, man. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Of course. Nothing can surpass their pulchritude.
I have never heard that word before. Damn, that's a word.
Good grief.
You could be with them as well.
What? The Goddess Squad?
Of course.
What are you talking about? I'm just a mass-produced NIKKE.
Oh, so at this point, Abe is already a mass-produced NIKKE. Okay, okay.
Didn't you volunteer to be a NIKKE?
Yeah, why?
You were a chief researcher at VTC.
Interesting that, like, even though they're a mass-produced NIKKE, they seem to be in charge of, like, the Grim model, like, projects. I guess it's because of who they used to be, I suppose.
You're probably the only case where someone chose to be a NIKKE, because you found the human habit of sleep to be an obstacle.
Oh, so she chose to become a NIKKE just so that she didn't need to sleep. Okay, fair enough.
They granted your wish, and you became a NIKKE who didn't require sleep. That's how you were able to make us.
I might go for Winter Rupee. It all depends on who the new winter units are going to be. I will admit, like, Ludmilla is an amazing looking unit, and she is a pretty good single target unit, but unless you really are desperate for like, a water unit, you can probably skip her.
So you are beautiful too.
I'm glad that it does. I'm glad that it does.
You even got to keep your memories, correct? That almost never happens for mass-produced NIKKEs. It means you have an unbreakable spirit. So you are beautiful, and therefore, you can become a goddess.
Because, like, to my understanding, when it comes to mass-produced NIKKEs, with the way they go about them, is that they're just brains that, when they become an NIKKE, don't have any sense of self or anything like that, so they just become mass-produced. But I also feel like maybe they're just probably clone brains or something. At least that's the way I look at it. They probably have the technology, so they just keep pumping them out. They're just, you know, on the production line. They're nothing special. They're just there to die. But then you have, like, units like Vesti where she fired a gun and then, like, Ingrid was like, you're an SSR. I don't know. Yeah, I can imagine that from the JP. I think she's quite soft as well at the moment, the English one.
Retaining my memories was a stroke of dumb luck.
I think she's quite good with the way it is at the moment, with the way she is.
Being a goddess is a different level entirely.
I don't think it was luck. You desired it, and you achieved it.
I wouldn't want to be a goddess anyway, because then you'd be obsessed with me.
That's some foreshadowing right there, isn't it?
You got to see your favorite part, so hurry and get out here. I've something to tell you all. Is everyone here?
Yes.
Yep.
Ah.
Everybody listen up, and don't freak out. We've been approved for deployment.
Nice.
What?
Come again?
Gretchen looking so happy.
No, no way.
Oh, she actually spoke properly.
Siren, don't talk. I told you all to stay calm.
Tell us more details.
The United Forces of Humanity and VTC have apparently somehow found common ground. They were extremely satisfied with the test results and wanted to put them to the test as soon as possible. This might seem anticlimactic, but only one person will be deployed initially.
Okay.
Who?
The one with the best test results. Cinderella.
Of course. Of course. As expected. Cosmocrat's been going out like above and beyond with the music, so I'm like, holy crap. Doing pretty well.
Even when I'm preparing, I'm gorgeous.
I still have no idea what Cinderella's stuff does, but stuff dies and that's what that matters. Very good.
What a truly beautiful story this was. I am most pleased with it.
Hmm.
Finally.
You go poo 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 and stuff explode. That's all that matters.
Oh my gosh! Why am I crying?
Good question. Why are you crying?
Congratulations, Cinderella. It's finally happening.
What's the mission?
I'm begging you all, keep your hats on when I tell you these things. It hurts my ears when you freak out. It's a joint operation with the Goddess Squad.
Oh. So wait. Because the first time I ever met her was when she was already corrupted.
What?
You're lying. Oh my gosh, Gretel spoke.
Yeah, Gretel spoke indeed. They're all fangirling. Of course they would be.
What did I just say?
I'm sorry. I can't calm down.
Listen. The Goddess Squad is planning an attack on the lift.
They're planning on eliminating the Queen?
Correct. The area around the lift is swarming with raptures. The weapon we were going to use to wipe them out is now inoperable thanks to codename Gluttony.
Interesting.
The rapture that swallowed an ICBM and spat out its energy.
The very same. Furthermore, considering it's a rapture, we have to consider that it's not the only one of its kind out there.
We also still need to figure out the mystery of Chatterbox. Yes. Yeah, there's nothing else there. It's just a pair of red shoes. Ignore the top half. That doesn't exist.
Cinderella, you'll be the new weapon that we're employing. Clear out everything that's between you and the lift, and clear a path for the Goddess Squad.
Will I be able to do that?
Don't talk like that. You don't mean that.
You're right. I'll succeed, no matter what.
Glass Slippers has been kept in tip-top shape. You'll be meeting up with the goddess tomorrow, so set today aside to rest.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm planning to do it. I just want to get like the 5 event stuff done first, because like I said, I still have the one to do with Mihara and Thingy as well, which is probably my plan going to be after this, and then of course I've got the MSQ as well.
I'll go and do that now.
And I have a feeling I should be able to blast through it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But you know, the new chapters basically, Crisis, the new story. Cinderella, besides herself with excitement, skips away.
As for the rest of you, instead of standing around draining funds like there's no tomorrow, you should take a page out of Cinderella's book.
Aww.
What? I was just joking. Why aren't you giving me back talk like you usually do?
We're not in the mood.
I think it's most of the time when people figure out MSQ, they think 14, but yeah. Like, they definitely remind me of Qingyi with the way they have these sort of things, and yeah. The 3 Nikkes walk away dejectedly.
Jeez, I didn't mean anything by it.
While they're happy for Cinderella, there's also some undeniable jealousy there. Times like this called for warm, comforting words. I know your intent was to rile them up and inspire them, but your timing was poor. It's okay. You can speak to them again tomorrow. You can tell them how much you believe in them then.
You know that's not my style.
That's precisely why it will mean so much to hear it.
Cinderella's room. Oh, nice.
The goddess. A joint mission with the goddess squad.
I already know what I'm going to be choosing from the solo raid. I'm getting her the rocket launcher, like, plushie. Of course I am.
Oh. I need to sleep. I have to be in optimal condition so as not to impede them in any way. Oh. I can't sleep.
Because you're too excited, girl. You're too excited. That's the problem. Shame.
Come on, Signal. You can do this.
Go, Signal! I seriously don't know why she's an SSR.
Pathetic.
I'm still shocked that, honestly, she doesn't actually charge. And she has her own unique sort of, like, reticule as well, which is pretty cool.
That's over. Let's take a photo to commemorate the occasion.
Yes, ma'am. Cinderella walks through the common area and opens the refrigerator to take out a cold Frosty.
There's not too much to drink.
Because she's a crippling alcoholic. Hearing and feeling a light tapping behind her, Cinderella turns her head to find Red Shoes standing behind her.
Red Shoes?
Honestly, she must really suffer from a lot of back pain with the amount of time she's just arched over the way she is.
I knew this would happen. Let me guess. You can't sleep.
Not a wink.
Here, drink this.
What is it?
Get this whiskey down you.
I was able to get my hands on the tea that Dorothy is so fond of.
Oh. It basically is whiskey.
Apparently, it helps with sleeping. Drink it. You need to be well rested for tomorrow.
I want to get this feeling that Red Shoes is like the big sister of the group and looks after everybody, and she'll be the first to die still.
Thanks.
Red Shoes pulls out a chair and sits down.
Why don't we have a little talk?
How the hell did she manage to grab me from the future?
We've been so busy with all these tests that we haven't had much time to sit down and talk. We may not be seeing much of each other from here on out, so why don't we catch up?
Sure.
Cinderella sits across Red Shoes. I do wonder how Red Shoes actually would fight. Just out of curiosity, does she kick the enemy? Did the blaze? Did she shoot from her feet? I mean, and sips the tea she was given.
How are you feeling?
Not sure. It doesn't feel real. It's like a dream.
You applied to be a NIKKE so you could be like the Goddess Squad, didn't you?
Yeah. I was lucky enough to talk to them during their first official mission.
When they were still human.
Wait, the Goddess Squad I mean, of course they were human at one point, but I mean, like, before they... interesting.
Yeah.
They were killing raptors before they became NIKKE?
Oh my gosh. No wonder you're smitten with them.
Again, didn't reroll my main team. Right now, Dorothy, Red, Cinderella, and the Bunny Girls. Is that team fine? Hey, any team set up... I mean, that is pretty fine. That is pretty fine. I mean, I've been mostly free to play outside of buying, like, the costumes and the passes, and I have almost every NIKKE in the game. But yeah. That's a bit of a power team.
My time with them was brief. But it was enough to captivate me entirely.
I mean, for a brand new account, you couldn't ask for any better, really. That's insanity. Like, free pilgrims and the bunny girls? Man, I wish I had that look when I first started out. I had to make do Guillotine and Celine for ages.
They were so beautiful.
Oh, regular normal Scarlet. Nice, nice. That's one of the really good units. Kind of has the health degen, but still pretty good.
I wanted to become like them.
That's why you were so hard on yourself with everything. I realize this might sound strange, but I've always wondered why you were striving so hard. It was as if you felt this was the only viable path for you, and you were desperate to make it happen.
Hey, you mean you have 120 tickets, or...? Because there isn't a pity system in this, in theory. If you got 120 golden mileage, 200 is when you can exchange for another one. I would recommend, if you already have Cinderella, I would recommend getting Grave, because when she comes down, and then just saving for winter, because the winter units will be limited. I don't know what the winter units are going to be, but they're limited, so yeah.
I envy you. You achieved your dream.
Like, I got completely shafted during the summer, where I didn't get Summer Sakura or Summer Rosanna from my rolls. I did like 300 rolls or something. And so I had to use my tickets to get them.
When you meet them again, what's the first thing you'll say to them?
I'm not sure.
I mean, SSR Rappy is probably going to be the end of the year unit, but still, I doubt she'll be limited. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's always for whatever the current one is. I know there's someone like Rain will always say it's best to save the tickets, the golden mileage, for a limited unit over something which is not limited. So, for example, currently at the moment, Cinderella and Grave are not limited units. They have lower rate, which is why it's always worth going for them. But say for the last few ones, I didn't go for Phantom. I didn't go for a few of the other units. I got them pre-standard when I put them in the wish list. So, still don't have Bunny Alice, though. She still eludes me.
Don't say you're a fan.
Huh? Why not?
The moment you say that, it'll determine what your relationship with them will be. You'll never be on the same level as them. The Goddess Squad probably has high hopes for you, Cinderella.
But yeah, there's no wrong answers. At the end of the day, I always go with follow your heart. Follow your heart. Except for Crow. Don't. No. Bad crisis.
If you waltz in there and start fangirling...
I don't really follow metas or anything really outside of what units work well with what queues, because I have gained quite a bit of power with certain queues on the right NIKKEs. But I just like, yeah, that works. Like now I got Zwei, I'm like, okay, I got Zwei. She's hopefully going to be good with Red Hood. I'm not sure. But Red Hood's very good on her own.
Don't you think they'd feel let down just a tad?
I understand what you mean.
But obviously Bop as well. Don't forget order is very important as well. Like, for example, you don't want to be putting Red Hood too early in the burst sequence if you're also autoing it, because then otherwise you probably didn't get the full benefit of everything. Like, at least in my opinion, if you have like the bunny girls as well, you kind of want Dorothy to go first, then probably Blanc, then at most potentially Red Hood or Noir, and then the rest. But because it gets knocked down to a 20-second burst for Blanc, which you have Noir with you as well, you don't need to worry too much about the other burst too. So, and she's a healer as well.
You can tell them later that you're a
It's
fan.
very helpful.
As for tomorrow, just be the type of person that they can trust.
Yeah, okay.
At any rate, I'm crazy jealous.
I'm already guessing the minigame is not unlocked yet.
A joint mission with the Goddess Squad? If the others are feeling anything like me...
Plus, if you're starting out, you're going to do fine in the story. You're going to do fine.
I'm sure they're not getting much sleep either.
It's okay. I'll wait. I got lucky, so I'm moving on to the next step.
Oh, with my new levels,
And
I wonder if I
believe
can...
you all will catch up to me soon enough.
I wonder if I can take down the hard mode 18 boss now. That thing's a bitch.
So there's no need to be jealous.
And I haven't put Phantom in the sink bin yet, but I probably should do.
I'm sure you're right.
Red Shoes?
Yes? What is it?
Why did you apply to be a candidate?
Me? I wanted to become famous, and I desired power.
That's surprising to hear.
I realize it may sound absurd for a top researcher at VTC and high-ranking priest to say this,
Oh, were you a top researcher and a high-ranking priest?
but those are indeed my true intentions.
I mean, those fires are very, very worshipable. So, you know.
Only by moving my way up the corridors of power will I be able to acquire the knowledge I desire and accomplish what I wish to achieve. There is something I'm after, and in order to make it a reality, I require both power and knowledge of these secrets which currently elude me.
What is that?
She failed at the Tide Pod challenge and became a NIKKE.
To unify everything. I'm afraid I'll have to keep the details a secret.
That sounds very ominous. Whenever someone says about unifying stuff, that tends to not be a good thing.
That's unfair. You made me tell you everything.
Chalk it up to me being envious of you getting to work with the Goddess Squad.
Fine.
Maybe the Nihilster thing isn't too far off, but who knows? Redshoe gets up from her seat.
Good night, Cinderella. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Good night.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of almost half expected her to poison Cinderella somehow, but they're NIKKEs, they can't really technically be poisoned.
If only there were a worthy opponent.
Let me check the mirror for a moment.
Alright, oh, obviously, you're gonna be going for the outfit for Cinderella? No. Although I think the dress is quite pretty, I like her standard skin more.
Victory!
I absolutely prefer her standard skin. Yeah, but there's a literal butt window with her normal outfit. There's a cheek window. But you do make a good point.
Wake up.
You do make a very good point, Crisis. God damn it. No, I should resist. But at the same time, it's a pretty dress.
Mm.
I thought you'd be too nervous to sleep, but you were out like a log.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the fact that Scarlet Black Shadow's outfit at the moment, she basically comments as if it's like some sort of like very formal attire. It does not look very formal to me at all.
The Goddess Squad will be here within the next 3 hours. We need to make some final adjustments before you join them.
Well, luckily, it's Scarlet's first, so you don't need to worry.
Final adjustments?
That's right.
True.
You don't want to embarrass yourself, do you?
I'd imagine not.
Red Shoes?
I'll handle the main adjustments, and Red Shoes will be assisting.
We were once known as the brains of VTC. We'll make you perfect.
Red Shoes is the reason Cinderella got corrupted, isn't she? I'm calling it now. She's like, oh, well, you know, we need to make you stronger. Let's start using Rapture technology or something.
Nothing in the entire world will be more beautiful than you.
Because it's been established now that she is not only a high priest of... Because we don't know what the religion is. All we know is that Rapunzel was also basically like a saint or something. Yeah, it does seem too obvious as well. And she's got like her own sort of plans as well. It'll probably be more likely established down the line in part 2 of the story.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, it's way too early to know. The maintenance room.
First, we'll tweak your link with glass slippers.
Then, we'll move on to your body itself. We'll fine-tune everything, from your strength and responsiveness to your endurance.
Won't that take a while?
I might. Depends on where we're at and what the time is, because obviously with the reset is like not that long. I might be able to like not worry about that due to the reset will probably be in by the time I get there.
Don't worry, you won't be late.
Because of the main story and also the other thing.
Do you realize how many times I've done this?
Don't forget that I'm here helping as well.
Okay.
Good. Let's start with the catalyst. Try deactivating your coating. The needle won't go in.
All right.
Man, your exterior is nearly impenetrable.
Well, it was you who made her after all.
I think I did almost too good of a job.
That you did.
And the way I look at it as well, these NIKKEs are basically like in the dark age of technology like it is in 40k. They were made and no one knows how they were made the way they were made. 2 hours later. The sound of machines, Abe and Red Shoes breathing, and footsteps all echo throughout the maintenance room.
Cinderella,
Huh?
do well out there. I believe in you.
Yeah. You can trust me.
When you eliminate the queen, this will all be over. What will you do then?
Not sure.
You know, a commander and a woman like each other very much, and NIKKE comes out of the woman's belly. No, that's what happens in Warframe with that current Warframe, which for some reason has a fucking womb.
I haven't decided anything yet. Maybe I'll just enjoy a peaceful world. And gaze at the point where the horizon meets a cloudless sky.
And also look in the mirror, I bet.
That's right.
If the Goddess Squad gives you a hard time, let me know.
I appreciate the thigh squish on Abe as well.
And I'll give them a talking to.
Okay.
You're gonna do just fine. You're the most beautiful person I know. Don't allow yourself to be intimidated, and show off that beauty of yours. To the fullest.
I will.
All the adjustments are finished.
I still hear Abe.
Am I perfect?
Of course. Now get up. You need to leave.
At this point, NIKKE needs like somewhere you can go to where you can like press something. Like this is how the name is set.
It's time for you to head out and fight! Oh man, I'm so excited for you!
Cinderella sits up.
My body feels lighter. Thank you. I won't let you down.
Cinderella steps forward. Oh yeah. As she opens the maiden's door. I don't think so, maybe. But not all of them. 3 familiar faces greet her. God, they really are like just like fish scales and so glittery and shiny. So many yummy tummies as well.
Siren, Hansel, Gretel. I've been chosen to go first. But I trust that you all won't be far behind.
Oh. We think you're being a little egotistical. So we figured we ought to knock you down a peg.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm still trying to, like, make sense of, like, I mean, Hansel and Gretel are, like, the... Compared to the other members of the squads, they have a lot more extras and accessories.
I welcome it.
Like, if anything, Cinderella's the most underdressed.
Come on, I'll see you off.
You just want to catch a glimpse of the goddess squad.
Well, you're not entirely wrong. I do want to see them.
All of you, don't be scared. If you start acting goofy in front of the goddess squad, I'll never forgive you. Be confident, and don't be afraid to show some initiative.
Okay, Abe, you gonna go and cause some PTSD to Dorothy as well?
Oh!
Probably not just yet. Little Mermaid holds up a placard with a determined expression.
What is that? You're not gonna hit the goddesses with it, are you?
She wants their autograph.
She says she's going to get an autograph.
Ha! What a guess!
When I said show initiative, that's not exactly what I meant.
Gretel and I think asking for an autograph is tacky. So we're going to ask for a picture.
You're all going to be the death of me.
The 5-second generation Grimm models, along with the genius technician who created them, walk down the hallway. Cinderella is overcome with emotion. For a moment, a heroic and mythical narrative flashes through her mind. Thinking that such notions are a bit grandiose, even for her, she chuckles and shakes her head. What was that? She thought she heard something, but there didn't appear to be any sound. She does feel like she bumped into something, however, something preventing her from going forward. Cinderella lifts her head and looks in front of her. I don't have this really bad feeling that this is actually all in her head, and none of this actually happened. I wouldn't be surprised. There is nothing blocking her way. But she is unable to go forward. Something invisible is blocking her path.
What's going on?
Cinderella sees something strange. I mean, I do, sort of, but like, this is still plausible. She hasn't moved. Yeah, this never happened. This is what she hoped would happen. Yet she can see herself walking down the hallway with the others. The surreal scene puts her at a loss for words.
Huh?
Her squad mates are laughing and talking. But in the center, she herself remains expressionless, gazing straight ahead. Cinderella is unable to understand what's happening.
Am I dreaming?
Then she sees it. Beyond the invisible barrier, her eyes are turning red. Damn. Chills. Such near music once again, holy moly.
Let us get off to a beautiful start.
Like, and what's interesting is, oh, obviously she had blue eyes there, but she still has red eyes here as well. Which red eyes tend to be the sign of corruption. Like, even Modernia has it. The music's changed too. Like, what the... Yeah. I thought something was going on where it felt a little bit too happy-go-lucky as well with what was happening.
We won! We did it!
That I wonder. I'm gonna say it right now. Is there the bit where Chatterbox says about like what happens to NIKKEs who are corrupted? Is they're still there? They're under it, but they're not able to control. They just see everything that's going on, and I wonder if that's what was going on with her. She's witnessing certain things, but that's her ideal thing to what's going on. Yeah. I think that's what Red Hood said too, didn't she? Like when she has those moments where it's just like she sort of like blacks out, like she's there, but she doesn't know how long she can stay in control. Like the more it goes on, the worse it is for her. Cinderella's body separates from glass slippers. And this is the corruption. With a heavy sound, glass slippers begins to change.
What are you doing?
Why is glass slippers entering attack mode?
Okay, good, because I already theorized that she basically spiked her teeth with, like, Rapture Code, or whatever it was. But apparently it was, like, an official thing that they did anyway, so, yeah.
We think Cinderella wants to impress the Goddess Squad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Impressing them is one thing, but attacking? Wait. What's happened to your eyes?
Beams shoot out of Cinderella's body and hit glass slippers. Okay, so it wasn't all in her head, but that is the moment where the corruption happened, and now she is the first heretic. So I was slightly right, but also wrong at the same time, which is completely fine. So it did actually happen, but yeah, that's the moment where she's like, "Wait, what's going on?" Fracturing into dozens of disparate rays. They singe and pierce through the very air around them.
What the?
Wait, why does she have a little backpack on? Those things on the back of Red Shoes look like they're kind of, like accelerators. Maybe something similar to what is on Isabel? Maybe to make her go faster. Which would make sense if, like, Isabel was based on the technology that made Red Shoes, potentially. It's just, like, why the backpack with the little bear as well? That's just... okay, whatever. The group staggers to their knees as Cinderella fires off another beam. Yeah, I suppose they don't look like that age in this at the moment, though, do they? But yeah, like I'll admit with that, like that thought did cross my mind. Sorry, it's like it looks like a school backpack. Everyone falls to the ground. Bang, boom. Once the beams have destroyed the hallway, they continue to ravage the entire facility. Okay, I will admit this right now, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I didn't expect the corruption of Cinderella to happen at frickin' story 5, like this early. I thought it would happen like at the end of story 2. Ah, okay. Explosions ring out from all directions as the buildings begin to collapse. I'm not against it at all in any way, shape, or form. I just like, it's a bit of an odd addition. Because like I said, Hans and Gretel have a lot of like extra stuff compared to the others as well. Like, not only does she have that backpack, but there's a chain there as well. I'm just looking forward to the creative people on Twitter to be like, oh my god, they've given her a school backpack. That means that she's meant to be a child. But look at how they've made her look. She's got giant titties. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Someone crazy would do that. They did the same with Bee Soda. And you think I'm kidding? We were talking about that when that happened. Literally called Buddy Soda a child. Explosions ring out from all directions as the buildings begin to collapse.
She's been corrupted.
When?
Yeah, that one I don't understand either. Like, we were like that too, like, what? Like, Alice, okay, she's meant to have, like, a mind of a child, because that's literally in her story, where she's, like, more, like, dreamlike and carefree, because when she died, she's, like, young as well or something. But, like, it's like, wait, Buddy Soda, what the fuck? What do you mean? Yeah. I could understand if it was Lita. But she's everyone's greatest granny, so you know. Cinderella continues to pelt her fallen comrades with beams. Just like on the Reddit, there's like a you know, an unwritten rule. You don't loot Lita, you don't loot Ray, you don't loot certain characters. You protect them. Cinderella continues to pelt her fallen comrades with beams. Little Mermaid pushing through the pain. So she has her barcode on her mouth. Now, I don't know where the barcode is on Sin, but I do know for a fact that Maiden's barcode is on her tongue. Which obviously she also has the power of, like, you know, the voice thing as well. Opens her mouth with a great struggle.
Stop.
Cinderella freezes and halts her attacks with glass slippers, which is also similar to what happens with Maiden. Which is probably why, like, maybe Elysium got the technology for that, but obviously, Merciless being Merciless always took it too far with Sin, as we always theorized. And, well, both Guillotine and Maiden have powers which are kind of like, their eyes go red when they use them, which is, you know, the sign of corruption. They're also Black Op units, so they don't get seen. Oh, thank you for the tier 3, Rennie. No problem. Have a good rest. Take care. Story's going pretty good, too. Have a good one. Yeah, because you can't see it from this distance. That's pretty alright.
Go to sleep.
Cinderella punches Little Mermaid in the jaw. Oh, damn! Who crumples and collapses to the ground. Well, I mean, it didn't knock her head off, so I guess, in a sense, Rappy is stronger than Cinderella? Because she punched Helm's head off. Not Helm, sorry. Hammer's head off. She tries to move her mouth to speak, but her jaw has been shattered. Cinderella sits down in the chest of the fallen Little Mermaid and continues to pummel her in the face. Yeah, I don't think mermaids survive in this. Well, also the fact is these are the Grimm models, and like Hammers is not really a Grimm's model. She's probably just a slightly higher version than like a mass-produced model, because they work in industry more. She's an industry NIKKE more than she's an actual military NIKKE. Which is actually fascinating they introduced that as a thing.
Siren.
Cinderella looks down at Little Mermaid, whose jaw has been pummeled into nothingness. She then stands up and grabs Red Shoe's legs.
No, don't!
She's currently ripping and tearing.
Cinderella, stop!
Red Shoe's legs are torn off. At least we found out what happened to Red Shoes and Little Mermaid.
Gretel.
Because we all know Hans and Gretel were just missing.
Hansel.
Yep. Where'd you come from? There's a moth in my room. I don't like this. Yeah. Mm. Okay, no longer in my room. She also severs the hands of Hansel and Gretel, who were holding tightly onto one another. She, like, automatically, they knew what the weaknesses were. I honestly don't know what Hans and Gretel's weaknesses were, but they probably to do the hands, considering she took the legs off her freaking Red Shoes, and then she smashed the jaw of Siren. She turns around and lets out a victorious roar. They mentioned the whole roar thing in the anniversary live stream when they had the devs.
It's a calling signal.
Mm-hmm. Cinderella turns around and walks down the hallway satisfied. Abe just wasn't even worth her time. Not even worth her time. When she opens the door at the end of the hallway, a cloud of dust can be seen in the distance. A sea of raptures are heading this way.
Cinderella.
In the moment right before the door slams shut, all Abe sees is a pair of lifeless red eyes. Meanwhile, the real Cinderella, blocked by an invisible wall, can only watch the tragedy unfold before her and scream. Chills. Memories that are fervently sought to be erased of service from deep within. Sweet whispers can be heard from the blood-red mirror. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, Halloween is very fitting. But yeah, this is such near music as well. I mean, Yoko Taro did, like, visit the place. So it kind of checks out. Oh, wait, shit. The minigame is ready? Nice. Nice.
For the goddesses, for the queen. If I kill everyone, I'll be closer to the goddesses, to the queen.
I love the fact already that it has changed. The voices. I love that. What I don't love... Oh, they have got the memory in this time? Holy shit, okay. I'm not going to grab these at the moment, the tickets. Yeah. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to grab these, and then I'm going to go pee, and then I'm going to come back and do the minigame. Oh. So yeah. I need to pee. I'll be. But for the YouTube side, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because that's one hell of a freaking story to end off on. Holy moly. Looking forward to doing more of them later. Holy crap.